ho, ho. I bring you the greetings of Yuletide.
Ho, ho, ho. Go down to the ocean side and stand in the low tide until the high tide and commit suicide.
You don't upset me, Fred Sanford. I have the feeling of Christmas.
And the face of Halloween.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Christmas special. No Visible Scars. Bill here. Figured why focus on the same, well, it's going to be the same movies, holiday horror movies. But we're not going to talk about the movies. We're going to talk about the soundtracks. Three in particular. You're not going to be surprised by them. I'm going to go in chronological order as they came out. And we're going to discuss, take a look at, discuss the vinyl soundtracks. All these back when I got them, 2014, 2016, somewhere around there. These were the first time for these records to be on vinyl. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there's millions of reviews of the records. I'm not going to review. I don't know. Just I actually do listen to these around this time for the holidays. I mean, really, these are some of my favorite movies, and they just happen to be Christmas movies. But anyway, let's kick off. Let's go to 1974. We're going to go to Bob Clark's. I probably gave it away already, right? Black Christmas. Some say the first POV kind of horror movie, slasher. Yeah, sure. You know, the handheld cam, the point of view of the killer, which you wonder if John Carpenter saw this. But hey, this is not about the movie. But if you don't know the movie, really quick, sorority house. It's Christmas time. People are leaving for break. And a few are left in the house. And there's a really raunchy prank caller. Which really makes this movie really sleazy too, which I like. He you don't know about him. Billy's his name. He decides to break into the sorority house and pick off the sorority sisters. So there you go. You know what? I'm going to play. Now, this is the 2016 version. And this was from mastered from the original Lost Master tapes. The only thing with this is it incorporates a lot of the dialogue from the film. So I don't know if they took it from a master tapes of the film itself, and therefore you couldn't you couldn't isolate just the soundtrack. I don't know. I'd like to think it is the original Lost Master tape. I don't know. I hope they just didn't pull it off like a Blu-ray or something. I doubt it. You know, this is put out by Waxworks. Waxworks does it really good. By the way, I think this might have been re-released again. Let's see. I'm looking at Discogs here. 2022 for this is the 2016 version. And I'll show the vinyl. This fetches up to $85 now, in really mint condition. So there you go. All right, I'm gonna play a little bit of some tidbit of the soundtrack while I show off the actual vinyl here. Before we do that, I just wanted to say, Carl, Carl Zeider, I guess Zeider, I think that's his name. Yeah, Zeider. He did some killer, monumental soundtracks for movies. I mean, he started in '72 with Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. I mean, '74 alone, check this out. He did Deranged, Dead of Night, and Black Christmas. I mean, all Canadian films, but man, did Prom Night. Yep, he did Porky's, The Gate, which fuck that movie. I know a lot of people love it. I think it sucks. I think it's stupid. I think it's cheesy, but I just want to throw it out there because you probably do like the movie. So anyway, so how did he? Now this is '74. How the hell did he record this? There wasn't really synthesizers yet. So he used the piano, and he just really basically destroyed the piano. Scraped it with brushes and combs. I got those sounds. He actually had vocals were sang into the piano, and he looped reversed. Same with the stuff he did with the scraping of the brushes against the piano and etc. That's how you did it back then. Again, when I talked about this when Texas Chainsaw soundtrack was reissued, I always thought that was an industrial, noise ambient record. Same with this. What was industrial artists doing? Throbbing Gristle, a couple of years, 78, 76, 77, 78, not too far removed. I'm sure Genesis watched this movie and everybody else. I'm sure there was an influence. He was a horror guy. Anyway, all right. Let's play a little bit of the the soundtrack. Just like a bear. Hold on a second. All right, play that, and I'll show out the vinyl. This is the Clear with Red Splatter vinyl I'll be showing. All right, here we go. It's basically the phone call version here. Let's go a little further. Here we go. Yeah, great stuff. I mean, if you told me that was Lustmord, sure. There's that piano sound. This is the Black Christmas. Probably my favorite Christmas horror movie. I just love that the fact you never know who Billy is. So every time I watch it, I just, just ahead of its time. Camera work, the soundtrack. And I love the atmosphere of this movie. It's dark, dreary, and you can watch this movie in July and feel how cold it is when they shot this. All right, so there you go. That's Black Christmas, 1974. That's the original Waxworks vinyl from 2016. Um, did I mention? Did I mention these? These go as high as $85. Even still, looking at Discogs, and one sold December 15th, and that was just a few days ago. I'm recording on the 20th, so there you go. All right. Next up, we have, and again, I'm going in chronological order as it came out. Christmas Evil. Right. This is one I really always saw at the video stores in the 80s, and I'm always passed the bot, it's like, I don't know. The cover was always cool, I'll show a picture of it, the VHS cover. I don't know, I just, always pass it by. So I saw it later in the 80s, early 90s. And man, I tell you, at a point, I watched it more than Black Christmas. It's just, let's put it to you this way. It's one of John Waters' favorite movies. So what does that tell you? And I tell you, the atmosphere of this movie, because it seems grimy and dirty. It was shot in New York. So, it almost looks like John Waters' flick, Pink Flamingos or something like that. The look not like that. It's actually just about a lonely guy. His fixation on Santa Claus, and he just loses it. And he at one point he thinks he's Santa Claus. He's taking notes on the neighborhood kids of who's naughty and nice, and I mean, it's a bummer of a movie. It really is. I mean, he just loses it, and basically goes on a killing spree. So I won't get too much into it, but I think that we'll leave that. That's enough for the review, because, like I said, this is about the music. So this was the musicians on this. No, I think they told this is just a 10-inch of. It's a 10-inch. This is actually not a 12-inch record. I don't know if you could tell on here, but probably when I take the vinyl, I will, like I said, I'll unpack more. So this is pretty cool. The soundtrack was actually done by Joel Harris and Julie Hayward. And you're like, okay, who's that? Well, they were, of course, I didn't know this at the, way back. I didn't even know they were part of what's called a new no sound, or no wave music, which both of them were from the Contortionist. Probably the best in that genre. Up to debate, but yeah, the whole new wave thing, was kind of like, and actually that was James Chance. I'm sorry, James Chance on the Contortionist. I mean, it was kind of a rebellion against pop music. Talking Head. Well, no, Talking Head. I guess early Talking Heads almost punk considered, or new wave, right? New wave. So the movement was, they were blending punk and free jazz and funk, experimental noise, and bang. They were hired by, writer director Lewis Jackson to do the soundtrack for this. I'm in the comments. I'm sorry, in the description. Check out if you're not familiar with no wave. Maybe you heard of Teenage Jesus and the Jerks, which was what's her name? Lydia Lunch. Um, if you're familiar with those underground movies of Richard Kern, Fingered was one of them. Smoke, she's so smoking hot back then. Um, but I will in the comment, and again comments in the description. I will leave a little. I'll leave a link to a video, and it's really cool. It's about 18 minutes long on new wave or no wave music. Brief history. Another band you might have heard of, Suicide, which is yeah, they were awesome, and they actually definitely almost considered. Well, I guess they are considered in circles the founders of like noise power electronics music too, industrial. Anyway, let's get off that. So why don't we just let's see. All right, I want to cue it up. All right, we'll cue up some of the music from Christmas Evil here. One other thing, bonus track. It's during a scene in the movie, and it's Danny Federici he was the original organist or piano player, and Bruce Springsteen in the East Street Band. He does Jingle Bells live. I'm pretty. Is that in the movie? I'm pretty sure that's the party scene. The party scene. Geez, sorry. I'm trying to keep 3 movies as we're going here. Blending together is kind of hard, but yeah. So that's that. What else do I want to say about this? That's about it. Let's just play a sequence from the soundtrack, and you get an idea of what it sounds like. And I'll show off the vinyl here. All right, this is the limited edition pearl white vinyl, which was let's see, again, Death Waltz, man, Death Waltz. Definitely missed them. They were killer. This is from 2014. Sorry, and this goes up to $40 at this point. One was sold on December 4th. Okay. Let's get to it here. All right. All right. So, hey, just got to show that off because we were talking about John Waters. The greatest Christmas movie ever filmed. There you go. So, right. Here's a clear white vinyl. It might be showing up gray on the screen for you, but there we go. Yeah, this has now this is a little bit more modern, so you have synthesizers on this. Samples. There's wicked bass in one track. Let's see if I can get to it. Yeah, I don't know if let's see if it comes across. Again, probably, kind of ahead of its time. Later in the decade and into the 90s, Cold Meat made a living releasing stuff like this, with their bands. So, it's funny. It all comes back to horror movies, man. It really does. let's just play a little bit more of this. This is not the actual cover. This is just of the movie or Blu-ray, DVD, whatever you have, VHS. This is just, I like it. It's what they use for, this particular artwork for the vinyl. I know, it works. Not gonna blow you away, but effective. It's creepy. It goes along with the movie. Definitely intensifies certain scenes, and maybe the mental illness that the character's going through. What's his, the sounds he's particularly hearing, maybe in his mind, as he's losing it and deciding who's naughty and nice. Yeah, there's some sleazy scenes, particularly this one right here. Let's stop that there. We see the character come down, our Santa killer, with his mom getting groped here and by Santa. So there you go. All right, so that's 1980 Christmas Evil, aka You Better Watch Out. Vinegar Syndrome has a nice Blu-ray out. If you have not seen it, it's streaming all over the place. I mean, Tubi, you probably could watch it for free. Prime, Shudder, I think has it. Shudder might have it. Okay. Last, but certainly not least, probably the one everybody knows. Everybody knows when you say, "Hey, Christmas horror movies," and this one has a child of the '80s, growing up in the '80s, and 1984, when this particular movie was released, there was a big outcry. There was protesting against this movie. Now, I went to a Catholic school. I think they even talked to us about the movie in school. If not, maybe I'm thinking we talked about it in school. Me and my friends. But I didn't see it till a little bit. I didn't see it in the theater then. I don't know. Honestly, when I saw the commercials, I was just like, "This looks kind of stupid," But Killer Santa. I was just like, But little did I know, Santa Claus and anything to do with Santa Claus during Christmas and he's made to look evil and stuff, like people just go nuts, but 84, I mean, what was I, 10, 11? I didn't even believe in Santa anymore, so I was just like, what the fuck is this? Anyway, yeah, I saw it later on VHS. But when I first saw it, I'm like, oh shit, this I did. It hooked me. It hooked me. I liked it a lot. It was again, the atmosphere of it, the way it was shot. I actually felt bad for what's his name? Is it? I should think I remember. Isn't it Billy too from the main character? I think it is. Yeah. Now, I don't know. Do I even really want to talk about the premise of the movie? I mean, we know what it is. Young Billy sees his parents killed. Christmas was a Christmas Eve after going to see Grandpa. Grandpa fucking rules, man. Anybody that's seen it, I'm not gonna ruin it, but yeah, Grandpa was fucking cool in the old folks' home. Driving home from Grandpa's house, they stop and help a motorist on the side of the road, and he turns out he was a murderer, and he murders Billy's parents in front of him. The sisters with him. They end up in an orphanage. Blah blah blah. Billy goes crazy. He gets a job. Before he gets crazy, he gets a job at the toy store. And, seems like Billy was all put together. You're like, all right, cool, man. You're doing good. And then, nope. Christmas party fucked it all up. And they usually do, unless you're totally wasted. Speaking of which, let's take a look, So, that's it. That's Billy dresses up as Santa, goes on a killing spree. From the torment and emotional damage and mental impact of seeing his folks murdered on Christmas Eve. Anyway, music. All right, here we go. From I think this was 2016. Let's double check. Yep. No, this is 2014. Sorry, 2014. Silent Night, Dead You Light, and this was the 30th anniversary release. The definite release. It was considered lost for 25 years. The original score by composer Perry Botkin. Also, an extra disc of original Christmas songs featured in the movie written by Morgan Ames. The opening track, there's a lot of cool, there's mostly like, again, synthesizer ambient parts, samples, creepy shit. So that's a lot of, that's one half of the soundtrack. On vinyl here. But what makes this and what makes it for me are those original songs that are in here, which are in the movie. And man, these are like 80s lost treasures of like country and western, rock, pop, what else? Gospel. I thoroughly love the original songs by who is it? By Morgan Ames, the arranger. Though honestly, I play those songs every year, Christmas. They're killer. They're absolutely awesome. Productions, big 80s productions. They're recorded well. Vocals are killer. Song, like I said, is it genres I would I mean, as a kid, yeah, I listened to a lot of 80s music, but it only works for me during Christmas time, with this stuff. But man, it's killer. We'll go through that, but before that, I will. Before we get to me actually playing some of the tunes, I don't collect toys, but I couldn't resist on this, and I think this came with the Blu-ray back some years ago. It's the Billy action figure. Silent Night, Deadly Night. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this came with a Blu. I don't think I bought this individually, but I don't know how many years old. It's not that too old now, but we'll have to back up. I do have. Well, you know what? Let's finish this, and I'll show you some other stuff. Because I screwed up. I did have some memorabilia from Black Christmas I wanted to show. We'll show that after I done with this. But all right, let's open up with the main theme um, from Silent Night, Deadly Night, 1984. Yeah, there's a new Silent Night, Deadly Night that dropped 2025. I haven't seen it. I don't know. I really don't have an opinion on it. The trailer, I don't know. They have like a retro trailer or something. I don't know if it has much to do with the original. You know what? I'm really talking on my ass here because I really haven't. I glimpsed over it real quick. But maybe that's next year. If it drops streaming, I'll watch it. It doesn't bother me anymore about remakes or reinter. Who gives a shit at this point? Don't watch it. Don't watch it. Don't get angry about it. Chill. Have a beer. All right, here's the main theme. Check this out.
Watching, waiting. Christmas Eve is slowly fading. Can you hear it? In the night, close the door, turn out the light.
This is awesome. I love that they put all the. Remember, I brought up how this caused hysteria amongst parents, certain parents of the PMRC back then when it was released. So there's some original article. I thought that was a nice touch. I'm not. It's a poster. I'm not going to show. It's the cover artwork. So again, here we go with more, kind of creepy ambience, keyboard synthesizer. Now we're in '84, so everything's probably done on the synthesizer. I don't know. It sounds like a real piano, but who knows? This is the booklet inside. Again, recapping all that news articles and stuff. Go back in. Yeah, this is nice. This is written up.
CZ Radio wishing you the joy of the season. The weather looks good for Santa Claus tonight. With a full
Let's play
moon
through
and a
this.
starry
This is
sky to help him find his way.
begin.
The temperature right now here in Bartlettsville, 21
This is kind of the
degrees.
beginning of the movie, right?
Well, let's listen to Christmas Fever.
All right. Stop that there. Okay. All right. Let's show off. There's a different version. The version I have here, and these original ones, man, $60. I think it's saying $60. Surprised. I think this is reissued. There's another version. Okay, this version I have with the red and green vinyl. I'll show you the vinyl. 1,000 copies were made. All right. Yeah, $60. Surprisingly, none sold in December, but I think it was. Yeah, this had multiple. There's a CD, 2 CDs out, and then 2024 TerraVision put a version out too. All right, let's show off the vinyl here. This is Perfect. This is LP2, and this is going to lead into the more non-ambient, really, like I said, rock and yeah, almost. I mean, commercial. Let's put it like commercial almost songs, but they're killer. Let's play one for you. All right, so this "Merry Christmas, Baby." To me, now it's '84. Cyndi Lauper. So this is what it was going for, and smart, you know. Cyndi Lauper was hot at this point. I think she was at this point involved with WWE, WWF, right? But yeah, it's quirky, poppy. You know, it's cool. I like it. You know, if Cyndi Lauper did a Christmas song, here you go. Lead vocals were by Vanette Gold, and she was, you know, I'm on Discogs again. She had quite a career. She did a lot of records in the '70s. She has a killer voice, you know. Yeah, let's see. She's a session singer and backup, but man, cool song. Let's play another one from that. What do I want? What do I want to play? What do I want to play? Yeah, let's play this one, "Sweet Little Baby." This one's pretty interesting. This is ballady, you know, definitely again '70s and '80s vibe on this, you know, ballady. Check this out. Maybe almost gospel, you know. See what you think. Again, this is from the original songs by Morgan Ames. The original score, that ambient stuff, synthesizer stuff, is by Perry Botkin. And Perry, man, we'll talk about him.
Sweet little baby, I know
all right, this is Perry's side of it. This is Perry's tracks on the album.
is your name. Oh, sweet little baby, I sing you this song. Christmas is on us again. The trees in the window, it beckons to friends.
I don't know.
Let's gather.
Maybe a Whitney Houston thing. Maybe that's what they're, you know. Again, Whitney was huge. All right, so you get the. I wanted to talk about Perry Botkin, but I gotta play. Man, a shout out to this dude. This guy's vocals are killer. It's Lee Montgomery, and I'm gonna play The Warm Side of the Door. Lee was in a band called Joyous Noise in the '70s. I gotta check this shit out, man. What did he play? Did it say? I don't know what he played. I have to look. He might just be lead singer. Wouldn't be surprised if he played guitar. But this Joyous Noise I gotta check out. His vocals are awesome. Country-esque, you know, rock. Well, here, let's check it out. Where is it? Okay, while I looked at it, let's talk about Bob. Bob Perry Bakken that did the no, actually, never mind. We'll save it. I found it. So I'm all over the fucking place. Sorry. Merry fucking Christmas.
I've been a long time long.
Lee, dude, you fucking awesome, man. I don't know.
I can't even hope to tell you
Some Kenny Rogers, man. I don't know. There's a Kenny Rogers vibe. I don't know if I'm being nuts, but I don't know. I get this Kenny Rogers vibe, man. It's fucking killer.
I'm looking for the warm side of the door.
So imagine this shit in this movie, and it's in there. You know, it's so fucking crazy. You know, you got Billy the Killer, and you fucking got like Kenny Rogers ripoff here singing. It's fucking awesome. That's why this movie's great. It's not my number one. You know, I like it though. Shit, I don't even know if you need Christmas. Not even really a Christmas song, is it? But Warm Side, I get it. All right, fucking all hail Lee Montgomery, man. Holy fuck, awesome. All right, let's wrap up. Let's talk about Perry Bakken, because I got this guy, fucking Perry Bakken, man. He see, he just died 4 years ago, 2021. This guy did he did a lot of stuff that you're going to be surprised by for television. I know he did Happy Days. He did song, you know, I think he wrote some of the music for Happy Days, Mork and Mindy. Let me find. I don't want to fuck it up. I want to make sure Perry gets credit here for everything. Okay. Recording. Films. 1983. I'm dying to see that anybody's seen this film from 1983, Dance of the Dwarves. He did the soundtrack. Let me know. Let me know if it's cool. Like I said, television, did Laverne and Shirley, Young and the Restless, Beverly Hillbillies, Smothers Brothers. The most mind-blowing thing about Perry here is he was a big contributor to a band called the Incredible Bongo Band. It says one of the most influential groups of all time for its bongo rock album, which is one of the most sampled from the records, making a major influence in origins of hip hop. Unfucking believable. So the dude that scored the night, Silent Night, Deadly Night, had a huge impact. Not only in the horror world, you know. Well, he didn't direct it. I hope. Fuck. What did I? I hope he. I hope I didn't say. Well, he didn't direct the film. He wrote the music. But anyway, as I was saying, he not only did he contribute to one of the notorious horror movies of all time, or Christmas horror movies, if you want to go there. The fucking guy was a big impact on hip hop music, you know. This is why it's amazing with this shit, you know. You think these are garbage records and, you know, they're fucking crappy, cheesy, and shit. But look at the history we just learned about all this. A lot of this I didn't even know. I started looking it up. So hell, I'm glad I went down the rabbit hole with this shit. It was definitely enlightening and even makes me enjoy a lot of this even more. But Silent Night. One more thing in Silent Night. I do have an original movie poster. It's not the one with Santa going down, Santa with the axe in the chimney. I'll show that off too. You'll see it. You'll see it. It's an original one. It's really cool. So I took that out of the tube and I'll show that off. Incorporate it in here somewhere. Before I leave, I just wanted to let's go back to Black Christmas, and really proud to have these in my collection. These original, I don't know, they're not, I guess, lobby cards. These are, these are original black and white. These were original black and white photos that were sent to the newspapers and, media, so they could reproduce it in magazines and newspapers. But the cool thing is, it goes under, I have the ones here that goes under the original title, Silent Night, Evil Night, which I always have. And it was cool. I got two pretty cool. I mean, a lot of this stuff, man, I bought 25 years ago on eBay, when they were next to nothing and people, the cult sensation of a lot of this stuff hadn't started. DVD was coming in and that kind of launched it, the Renaissance. This is killer. I'm so happy to have this one. You'll recognize is the VHS cover, DVD cover, Blu-ray. Yeah, definitely a fucking morbid, haunting image. All right, there you go. Shot that in one take, as I usually do. There's mistakes. I don't give a fuck. I shoot from the hip, and that's how it should be. DIY. Always. Anyway, cheers. I'll probably be dropping a lot. I'm gonna have Christmas. I have 2 weeks off from my job for Christmas, so I got some stuff planned in the can. Comic books, music. See if movies. I guess we kind of covered here, but kind of making up. I really didn't do much in November, so. But hey, that's how it goes. But anyway, thanks for sticking with me and watching this thing. And, hey, happy holidays. Cheers. Okay, here's that poster from Silent Night, Deadly Night I was talking about. I think it's commonly referred to as poster 2. I didn't find too much information. I got this... man, again, probably 25 years ago. But it had to be, I would say it was probably still in 84. But you could see they tried to ban it. So this poster was definitely done after initial release. And yeah, it says uncut. Because the original one is... we all know as the one with, Santa coming with the axe coming out of the chimney. I mean, I don't think this is rare. I think they saw a couple on eBay, but yeah, this is my poster. I like it. Original would be cool to have. Anyway, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Oh yeah.